Welcome back to 3-Minute Theology. Today, we are beginning to work through the Second London Baptist Confession of Faith. The confession begins by explaining the Baptist understanding of the Bible as the only rule of their faith. Remember, the confession was not written to establish the Baptist faith, but rather as a common statement declaring what the Baptists believed on the basis of the Bible. And so we begin with chapter 1 of the Holy Scriptures. First paragraph. The Holy Scriptures is the only sufficient, certain, and infallible rule of all saving knowledge, faith, and obedience. Although the light of nature and the works of creation and providence do so far manifest the goodness, wisdom, and power of God as to leave men inexcusable, yet they are not sufficient to give the knowledge of God and His will, which is necessary unto salvation. Therefore it pleased the Lord at sundry times and in diversified manners to reveal Himself and to declare His will unto the church, and afterward for the better preserving and propagating of the truth, and for the more sure establishment and comfort of the church against the corruption of the flesh and the malice of Satan and of the world, to commit the same wholly unto writing, which makes the Holy Scriptures to be most necessary, those former ways of God's revealing His will unto His people being now completed. There's an awful lot there. The first phrase has two triplets. Holy Scripture is the only sufficient, certain, and infallible rule. It is sufficient, meaning that it lacks nothing. There's nothing more that needs to be revealed to mankind than what has been revealed in the Bible. We don't need human tradition. We don't need extra-biblical teaching or wisdom. If we have the Bible, we have enough for the Christian faith. Holy Scripture is also certain. There's nothing asserted in Scripture which is doubtful. When Scripture says that God is eternal, it is settled. God is eternal. When Scripture asserts that we have been saved by grace through faith, it is certain. This is how we are saved. Other teachers, even those exceedingly faithful to the Bible, can be mistaken. Nothing is settled just because John MacArthur, or John Piper, or R.C. Sproul, or Billy Graham, or anyone else says so. What does the Bible say? Scripture is the only certain rule of our faith. And finally, Holy Scripture is infallible. It will accomplish its purpose. No one who submits to the Bible will fail to obtain saving knowledge, faith, and obedience. The words of Scripture can be perverted and twisted by ignorant and unstable men, but those who approach the Bible in faith will be saved. A Bible-believing Christian does not need to worry that he does not understand the Bible well enough to be saved. John wrote of his gospel that it was written that we might know that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing we might have life in His name. It will accomplish its purpose. It will not fail. The Holy Scriptures, and only the Holy Scriptures, are the sufficient, certain, and infallible rule of saving knowledge, faith, and obedience. It is God's revelation of Himself and His work to us. Trust it, believe it, obey it. Next week, we'll pick up right where we left off. What does it mean for the Scriptures to be the rule of all saving knowledge, faith, and obedience? Hope you'll join us then. Until next time, keep on, and God bless.